Guys, we're here with Nick Siaka and myself from Bloodline Sports. We're talking today with Caleb Turner. Caleb is a 2024 graduate from Halls High School out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Caleb, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Coach, for hosting me.
Yeah, no problem. So we're going to get to know Caleb a little bit today. Caleb's on the website, bloodlinesports.co. He is defensive tackle, defensive end, offensive tackle, offensive guard. He's a sophomore. Caleb, so first question, I read your bio here, and a lot of your bio has to do with team and doing what's good for the team. Where does that come from? Because a lot of kids your age just want to get noticed. Why is keeping the team in mind important?
Well, I mean, if you win a game, you win it with the team. If you lose a game, you lose it with the team. It takes a team effort to perform. If the team has an overall energy, if the team brings energy to the game, then each individual player will perform better. And it's very difficult as an individual to perform when you don't have a team that loves the game and is willing to perform.
Awesome. Very good. Very cool. So, Caleb, you also wrestle, you play football. How do the two work together? Do you think it helps you to do both? Because a lot of kids these days do one sport. They do it for 12 months a year. A lot of coaches want their players to only do one sport. How do wrestling and football work together, you think?
Wrestling develops auxiliary muscles. So, muscles that you normally don't use in football, and the workouts vary. So it's similar. If you've ever heard the term country strong, it's similar to that. It makes you faster, stronger, just more athletic in general, and mostly because of the grappling and stuff in wrestling. It's much different than football.
Yeah, and there's a lot of handwork in football too, so that's good. All right, here's the $1 million question. You play both offensive, defense. Which one do you like better and why?
I enjoy both of them a lot, but if I just had to choose one of them, I'd say it was defense, because defense, it feels like you can release more aggression, and because offense, it's pass protection is aggressive, but you can't just run forward as hard as you can because you're just going to give up a sack every single time when you do that. Defense, it feels like you can release more aggression, and ever since I started out as an offensive lineman, and ever since I started playing defense, I've enjoyed it just that much more.
Awesome. Very cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right. So it sounds like you're very busy with training and wrestling and football. I see you also get pretty good grades here. How do you find the balance between training and working out and practice and studying and having a life at home?
Balance is really and truthfully probably the toughest thing about it. Right now on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I go to my football workout, and then I go to a wrestling practice just for the extra work. Work out every weekend. And on top of that, you've got the homework and everything like that. Balance is tough. The toughest part about it is trying to stay motivated with school, because school is a lot more tiring than either sport. And you just have to tough through it at some points. Sometimes it's just you've just got to keep your nose to the grindstone and tough through it.
Yeah, definitely. As a coach myself, I know the importance of grades. We kind of chatted before, and we said it's one of the first questions recruiters ask are, what are his or her grades? Because the last thing they want to do is be chasing the kid down that's not going to school. They have other things to do. So that's good that, at such a young age as a sophomore, you kind of have that balance in your succeeding inside of the classroom and out. That's great. So let's move on. Nick, you can kind of wrap it up and talk about his future a little bit, see where he wants to go.
Right. First off, Caleb, thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to the Bloodline Sports family. Very impressed with, your bio and what you do. I have a question. So what sets you apart from other recruits and players?
I work extraordinarily hard, and I know I do. Um, I do something every single day. The last day that I took off was Easter. That was the last day that I took off, and I ate with the family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm always doing something. I never feel like I've worked hard enough for one day. So the biggest danger for me is overworking, and I have to watch that. I have to be careful. I have to really think about my recovery after a workout, because you're always trying to avoid injury. That's a big stopper for players. But yeah, I work all the time, really hard.
Sure.
Every
Okay.
single day.
And having that work ethic, and you've mentioned team, and I'm sure that translates into your relationship with your current coach. Can you describe your relationship with your coach?
I love my current coach. He's a player's coach, and there's some coaches who, and most coaches aren't like this, but there is some, especially in the high school level, that are concerned with just money and their own worth, basically. And I'm sure you've encountered some of that.
Sure.
My coach really cares legitimately about the players and about the team itself and about the school he coaches at. He just cares. My relationship with him is very good. It's the best relationship I've had with a head coach.
Sure.
It's a good relationship.
That's awesome, because some coaches think they're the star of the team, right?
Yeah, some of them do. And really, in team, you've got players that are going to be better than others, but there's really not a star.
Mhm.
It takes everything.
Sure. So you, as of right now, do you have any colleges knocking on your door, recruiting you at this point in time?
I have no offers,
Okay.
but I have several camp invites. I got one from Louisville earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
which was a personal invite, which was a very, that's a booster.
Congratulations.
I'm still always grinding for those offers. I only had a 4-game season last season due to ineligibility after a school transfer, so it's tough with limited film to get that out there. But I don't have any offers, but recruiting is going pretty good right now, especially for a sophomore, because
Yeah.
colleges can't really talk to me like there can't be any official visits or anything like that.
Sure. It's a process. It's a process.
Oh yeah, it's a process.
What you've achieved, at a young age and where you're at. I mean, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
It's very impressive. Very impressive. So I just have one more question. We'll close this out. What are your interests outside of sports? I notice you work out. You're a big dude. You grind. So is there anything outside of sports? Is it working out? Is it?
But most of my life revolves around working out, sports. But the time that I'm not, obviously, you got school, so that's probably the second biggest thing. Every now and then it's nice to have a little bit of time to just stay after yourself and relax. I watch a lot of movies in my free time. Play a little bit of video games. Just listen to music. I don't know, just regular teen stuff.
Mm-hmm. Sure, that's wonderful. And you have an interest with sports science, right? Training.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful.
Very cool. Caleb, I think with your attitude and your work ethic, I think things are going to continue to go well. We appreciate your time today. We will be in touch, and we see big things in the future for you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.